The tension between Ted and Shanice finally reaches a point where neither of them can pretend anymore. For weeks, they've tried to deny what was growing quietly, almost accidentally, between them. It started with small gestures. The way Ted stepped in whenever Shanice needed support, the way Shanice found herself watching him longer than she should, the way their conversations kept drifting into personal territory even when they tried to stay professional. Everyone around them sensed the shift long before they admitted it to themselves. Ted was the first to realize that what he felt wasn't something he could brush off. Every time Shanice walked into a room, his reaction softened, and the guarded, cool exterior he normally showed slipped for a moment. She brought out something in him he thought he'd lost years ago, a sense of calm, warmth, and possibility. But Ted also knew how complicated the situation was. Shanice wasn't free from responsibilities, and neither was he. They both had histories, entanglements, and wounds that made stepping forward more dangerous than staying silent. Shanice tried even harder to bury her feelings. She told herself she was imagining it, that Ted was simply being kind, that getting close would only cause problems. But every time she looked at him she felt the same pull, the quiet connection that grew stronger each time they talked. The emotional bond was undeniable. Whenever she faced pressure, Ted was the one who steadied her. Whenever Ted seemed distant or frustrated, Shanice was the only person who could bring him back to himself. Their chemistry wasn't loud or dramatic. It was slow-burning, deeply natural, and impossible to hide. Eventually, the cracks in their defenses started to show. A moment of closeness, maybe a late-night conversation, maybe an argument that turned into honesty, breaks down the last of their restraint. Ted finally lets his guard drop, and Shanice responds with the same honesty she's been avoiding for too long. Their feelings spill out not because they plan it, but because holding it in has become too painful. But this confession doesn't come without consequences. Their relationship threatens to complicate everything around them: friendships, alliances, and even the delicate balance of the community within beyond the gates. People will question their timing, their motives, and whether this connection is worth the fallout it might create. Yet, despite the fear and the uncertainty, Ted and Shanice both know the truth. Whatever is happening between them is real, powerful, and no longer something they can deny. This moment marks a turning point for both characters. Their openness with each other pushes the storyline into deeper emotional territory, setting the stage for new drama, from jealousy to misunderstandings to outside threats testing the fragile bond they finally acknowledged.